Hello ladies and gents, and welcome back to this. I really believe is going to be the final episode of my playthrough of Escape from Monkey Island. My controller is disconnecting because it's an old Xbox 360 controller. But yeah, here we are. So this is very possibly going to be the final episode in our Escape from Monkey Island playthrough, which is kind of sad because I have really enjoyed the game. Like, I actually have enjoyed the game more than I thought I would, really. Obviously the last act 3 on Monkey Island and the puzzles and stuff really killed the pace of the game, but like at its core I still think that there's really a lot of good stuff in Escape from Monkey Island. But yeah, it's nice to be also at the end so I can move on to Tails and then eventually get to the newest Monkey Island game, which a lot of you may have played. At the very start of this episode though, I'm going to kind of do something a bit interesting because there are one or two Easter eggs that, like, there's probably more Easter eggs that I don't know about. If you do know about them, let me know, and or just, you know, write them down in the comments. But there is Easter eggs to do with Murray that I don't think I've ever actually tried them myself, like in the game. I've heard about them and I think I might have even seen them, but I've never tried them, so that's something I want to do. So I'm going to get into the game here and I'm going to reload a save from a little earlier in the game, and they're to do with Murray actually, mostly. So load game. So that's obviously going to be the finale, but we'll go back a tiny bit to when we get to Jambalaya Island and we're a small bit into Jambalaya. Maybe like, what are parents? Yeah, like Dunce Pirate, because that way I have a lot of stuff collected and I can just head straight back to Murray here and we can see what all the different Easter eggs are.
It's the boat
before we finish the game, you know, because again, like, this is because I kind of remember games really well. I don't actually tend to play games a lot, like replay games a lot, because I just remember things so vividly, and then I kind of prefer the games to be surprising. So that's why I wait so long in between all of these playthroughs of Monkey Island. Like, it was definitely 11 or 12 years before I last played Monkey Island, and especially this game. And it's nice because it's just like, sometimes it's like a new game. And I am also older, so like I see the game in a different way than I did, you know. But so here's Murray, and I believe, according to Calculon 1712, who's a commenter. Shut up, Murray, for a second, I'm talking.
Ripped from your bodies by this restaurant of uncompromising evil.
Shut up, Murray. You're so loud. Yeah, Calculon 1712, a commenter on these videos, and thanks for your comments, said there's a hidden Murray ping pong game, so like a pong style game from the 70s, obviously, that you can unlock. And it says, he says, or she says, to unlock it, keep spinning the stool he is on. When he starts repeating the same warnings to you, face Guybrush the other way from Murray and type the code Murray Ball. So I've heard about this. I don't know if I've ever seen it, but I really, really want to check it out. So, right, let's go over to Murray and spin his stool a load of times and annoy him.
Where do the real pirates go when they're looking for Buccaneer-style family dining at a...
Hi, Murray.
Welcome to Planet Threepwood.
Knock it up.
All right.
I've got to go.
So how am I going to spin, Murray? There we go.
Hey, what are you doing?
Right, so just...
So that's your game, huh? Spin the helpless talking skull, huh? How juvenile. Okay, Threepwood, you've had your fun. Now stop spinning me. Stop spinning me, you cursed mortal. I said stop it. If you don't stop spinning me, I'll put an evil curse on you.
You won't.
Okay, here I go. I'm putting a curse on you. That's it, you're cursed. You are gonna have such a rash.
It's nice to see some more Murray as well, because...
I am not gonna talk to you while you're doing this.
Because Murray, like, he's such a great character, and it's just sad...
Don't touch me, foolish mortal.
Don't touch me. It's sad that he...
I said, don't touch me.
It's sad that he wasn't really in the game much.
Okay, here I go. I'm putting a curse on you.
So it says,
I said stop it.
He's repeating the same warning, so I think that's
Stop
it.
spinning me, accursed mortal.
So I have to turn away from him
Here I
now?
go. I'm putting a curse on you.
Okay, so turn away from him.
Ahoy, mateys. Set sail for
Murray
Planet Threepwood.
Ball.
See souvenirs of Guybrush
There it is.
Threepwood's most famous escapade.
Oh my god. So here we are. It's literally Murray's skull flying around. Do I play it myself? Or what's the story? I don't quite understand. Oh, I'm this side. I understand. So that the computer's over on the left.
I said, don't touch me.
It actually doesn't work with the controller though.
Stop it.
I've never seen this. I didn't think it was in 3D. I thought a 2D thing would come up. What an interesting, weird kind of Easter egg, but cool nonetheless, right? And it's got a little scoreboard up the top. It's a cool Easter egg. I'm glad it worked as well. So there's an interesting one that Calculon 1712. I hope I'm pronouncing your name as well. Calculon. That's what it looks like. It's a good name. Yeah, so that's what Calculon said we had. It's 1 to 10, right? It's the first person to 10. So go on, I'll get 10. I'll get 10. Hopefully the computer isn't great. Oh, the computer might be okay. And like Pong, you know, a lot of people think Pong is like they consider Pong the first video game, really, in a way. And it's just interesting that it made it into this game in any kind of sense. I don't think I've ever played a 3D Pong style game. Pong. Are you truly a gamer if you've never played Pong? Woo. What's the 3 mean? Oh, is that like 3 in a row without... Yeah, what does the 3 mean? Like, is that 3 times that I've...
I said, don't touch me.
3 in a row maybe that I've hit the ball? Possibly. Go on, I'll get to 10 and then...
I am not gonna talk to you while you're doing this.
Do I just press exit, I suppose, to get out of the game? Yeah, I've never seen this though. Very cool. Look at Murray's skull. 4. Yeah, like what? I don't understand what it means.
Stop spinning me, accursed mortal.
Does anybody have any idea what that 4 is actually supposed to stand for? I always much preferred like Breakout, that style of game where you're breaking blocks. Then Pong. Like Pong's fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's obviously just incredibly simplistic, really. Murray Ball. I really wonder in what sense will Murray be in Return to Monkey Island? I'm very interested. I win.
Taste culinary delights, approved by genuine pirates.
Okay, there we are. So the second Easter egg to do with Murray
Gently ripped from your...
is down here, according to Calculon. Oh no, sorry. Well, it is down here, but if I type skull at any time during the game, Murray will laugh at us. So, SKU.
I'm back. So I see. What can I do for you, Mr. Threepwood?
Oh my. That's cool, isn't it?
I just remembered a previous engagement. Bye.
Right, hang on a second. Walk over here. His look is L, obviously. Skull. I've never seen that. That's look up, like that's cool that he has his big head. That's cool. Okay, and finally, another Easter egg that Calculon has given us to try is if we enter Marco de Polo's tent at least 13 times, something happens with Murray potentially. So let's go into it 13 times. So 1. So it might actually be like 26 times if I have to go in and out to change my clothes, but here we go. So that's 2, 3. It's funny how, like, 4. It's funny how much better the first 2 acts of the game are from the third act. I was listening to a podcast today about Escape. That's 5. Escape from Monkey Island, Retronauts podcast. Good podcast, by the way, if you've never heard it. 6 times. And they were saying that the end of the game was actually rushed. That, well, like, it's pretty obvious now that it was, but they were kind of rushed out the door to get it done. So this is 6 or 7? 7. 8. So yeah, it's pretty obvious the last act, 9, was like an afterthought, really. It's kind of a shame because the early game is so good. And 9, and Bob Mackey, the guy who one of the hosts on Retronauts, was 10, was also saying that it would have been nice if you could have played as Elaine, 11, because some of her story stuff is quite interesting. Like, it would have been cool if so that's 11, I think, 12. Guybrush, when Guybrush is like, oh, I wonder what Elaine is up to, and it cuts back and we just get a cutscene of Elaine.
Ow!
Whoa. So there you go. So Murray comes out and attacks Guybrush, and Guybrush comes out topless. Will that happen again if I go in? I wonder, so there must be, like, there's 3 kind of cool, cool Easter eggs. There must be a lot of stuff to do with Murray, maybe, as Easter eggs. I think the one other thing you can do is you can actually show Murray the abomination. I think he's one of the few people in the whole entire game that actually reacts to it. I can't remember who said that in the comments. I can't actually access it now, unfortunately. I do have the comments up in front of me, but because Windows, for some reason, won't allow you to have a game full screen and then use your mouse unless you mod the thing, but old games doesn't really work with.
See souvenirs of Guybrush Threepwood's most famous escapades.
Murray, look what I got for you.
Get that thing away from me, you twisted freak. Ahoy, mateys.
Murray, look what I got for you.
Get that thing away from me, you twisted freak.
Guybrush is more twisted than Murray, I feel, sometimes. So there you go. Anyway, there's some really interesting things about Murray. If you know of any more, let me know. I probably won't go back to try them again unless they're like extremely interesting. But it's nice to see them. So let's head on to the finale, where we are now in the monkey robot. And I feel much better today about playing the game. What I do think is interesting is the whole end of this game takes place in this monkey robot. And it's interesting because, like, we aren't playing as Guybrush anymore, we're playing as a monkey. I know Guybrush is in the head of the thing, but, like, we're actually controlling this monkey, which I think is quite cool.
That's the shortest of the very, very, very tall towers. That's the shortest of the... I'm not picking that up.
So I can climb these things, right? That was fun. Is this on Monkey Island as well, or where are we? It wasn't quite clear. Are we still on Monkey Island?
Where did they find a tree big enough to make a plank this big? That's the second largest... No, that is the largest conch shell I've ever seen.
Ah, I like that. That's a good bending of that joke. The second largest, you know.
Now that's a tower.
Yeah, like if the monkey statue is as big as we think it is, that is going to be huge.
This thing is permanently attached to the top of this tower.
Yeah. My mind's eye, just like the memory of this,
For a medium-sized tower, it's pretty huge.
crazy. Like,
I'm not picking that
I
up.
don't remember it at all. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I kind of jumped over that point. But yeah, Bob Mackey of Retronauts was saying that it would have been interesting if we could have played as Elaine in this game. And I agree. Like, I've seen some of the trailers, obviously, of Return to Monkey Island, and it looks like we're going to be controlling Elaine, which is awesome. But it would have been cool. It would have added something to this game, I think, if they allowed us to kind of cut back and forward between the two characters, you know, trying to help Elaine win an election or you know, stop LeChuck or whatever, but also then be Guybrush doing Guybrush things as well.
There doesn't appear to be a way for the robot to climb this tower.
Okay, what about this tower?
There's no way to get to the top of that tower from down here.
And I can't run. Yeah, so what are people's feelings about the monkey head being a giant monkey robot? As I said in the last episode, I believe this was a David Grossman idea as to what the actual secret of Monkey Island was. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, the last episode I was kind of maybe a bit of a downer on it, just because Monkey Combat, like, my brain was actually melted. Like, I was actually like, I was like, oh my god, my brain. But I did actually start to enjoy Monkey Combat once I had the moves written down, and I think I will need those moves again pretty soon. Although, I think the solution to the puzzle here at the end is a bit different. Right, okay, let's pick up this really big plank.
Not now.
Not now. I'm sure I just use it with this, right? And it's a way of jumping from tower to tower, right? Yeah. Okay. Climb the short tower. Here we are. Look at excessively large switch.
This thing is permanently attached to the top of this tower.
So is this supposed to be the ultimate insult, or their version of it? Like, they kind of said it in the last one, but I'm not really sure.
Are you trying to get us killed?
Kilt, like K-I-L-T, kilt.
There's a very large switch sticking out of this shell.
Surely have to
Where
use
did they find a tree big enough to make a plank this big?
Okay, well, just pull it, right? Oh, look at the little energy thing coming out of the mansion. I think we're very close to the end of the
You reanimate
game here, ladies.
voodoo flotsam.
I'll tell you what's wrong. This so-called ultimate insult doesn't work. I've tried whacking it against every piece of junk in this accursed hovel, but nothing happens.
Ha! Well, I guess Grandpa was too smart for you diabolical
Oh yeah,
dodos
because
after all.
it needs the gubernatorial symbol. No.
What in the name of Adam Smith's invisible hand is that?
That? Oh, that's nothing. Just a piece of junk I bought on my honeymoon.
Darn! The gubernatorial seal of Melee Island. Of course!
Let me see that.
So Elaine knew?
Well, that seems to have shaved the proverbial dingo. Let's test this bugger out. Peg nose.
What?
Would you be so good as to stand over there?
Look, Mr. High and Mighty Mandrill, I'm getting awfully tired of following orders. I think it's about time we renegotiated the terms of my employment.
Or what?
Or I'll fill your belly full of lead, you sissified fossil! No one messes with Pig-Nose the Pirate and lives to tell the tale! I'll rip off your arms and I'll beat you!
You were saying?
Please don't hurt me, Mr. Mandrill! I'll do whatever you say from now on, I promise!
Take a long walk off a short pier, you craven wretch.
Righto, sir!
Well, Mrs. Threepwood, it seems as though the power of the ultimate insult is finally mine.
Oh, let me use it on Elaine.
All in due time, Captain. But first, let's give her a taste of things to come.
Aye, you're a sadist after my own blackened lump of a heart, Mandrill.
For years, the Caribbean has been buffeted by the unpredictable winds of runaway piracy. Now, by the power of the ultimate insult, I hereby banish those chaotic tempests and usher in a new age of orderly consumerism. I am Ozymandias. Look upon my works, ye mighty pirates, and despair.
No!
Oh, I understand. Okay, cool. So this is just like an amplifier. What happened?
Where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be a Caribbean shattering kaboom! Work, damn your eyes! Work!
I knew this ridiculous plan would never succeed. I guess this just goes to show that you should never send an Australian girly man to do the work of a real pirate.
LeChuck, get back here and help me fix this thing.
Oh, Ozzy.
Wow.
You stay here and guard the robot.
Good luck.
Try not to break any of my stuff. Nice kid, but about as sharp as a soggy pancake. You know what I mean?
Tell me about it.
I'll show that chum bucket panty waist some real voodoo.
A panty waist.
Honey, I'm home.
Guybrush, look out for the ultimate insult.
Oh, I don't know how you dimwits managed to sabotage my magnificent insult amplification apparatus, but I'll at least have the satisfaction of annihilating your arrogant pirate souls.
Somehow, I always knew it would end like this.
Really?
Prepare to meet your doom, Threepwoods. What the didgeridoo is that?
Let's get out of here.
The didgeridoo.
Won't escape that easy, you swashbuckling ninnies. Great Barrier Reef!
Arr, ye be looking like ants from up here.
Guybrush,
Yes?
am I the only one seeing a giant walking statue of LeChuck on our front lawn?
No. Elaine!
Guybrush, help!
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Guybrush, don't you dare leave me!
Don't worry, my beloved. Guybrush isn't going anywhere.
Let go of me, you rock-brained monstrosity!
You insignificant mortal flea! How dare you wield your pathetic voodoo magics against the immortal might of the demon pirate LeChuck? I'll grind your bones to make me grog, you triple-timing bastard!
Is he just about to call him a bastard?
How may I serve you, master?
Well, eventually, I'll be wanting you to squish every pirate on the face of the planet into a sticky red goo. But for now, let's just kill Guybrush Threepwood!
Playing rock, paper, scissors.
Oh,
Come on, guys! We've got to get this giant monkey robot moving now!
Where's my granddaughter? Actually, that's kind of a funny story.
Threepwood! Where did you find that ridiculous-looking contraption?
It was a present from H.T. Marley.
Grandpa?
I'm in here, dear.
He didn't make
Well, what an
the robot, right?
family reunion. Too bad I have to ruin it by savaging your puny minds with the power of the ultimate insult. Now what?
Now is your undoing, evil one. Now is the time foretold in the ancient prophecies of Monkey Island. Now is the time for the ultimate in monkey combat!
Here we go again. Okay. So, ladies and gents, here we are. Before I played this game, I completely forgot that this happens in the game. Yet again, this is definitely something I just brute forced as a kid, because I had no idea how this worked at all, really. Now, this is monkey combat, but I actually think you can't defeat LeChuck. I'm going to try it just to see, but I don't think you can defeat LeChuck in like a conventional monkey combat way. I should probably save it, right? The final countdown. A great song. I don't think you can defeat him in a conventional way, because really I suppose you have to defeat Ozzie Mandrill. But I think that's cool. I don't remember that you could see Elaine and Ozzie Mandrill on the characters thing. Another comment is that has LeChuck always been able to turn massive statues into giant versions of himself? And if so, why hasn't he been doing this all the time? And also then, I suppose, in a sense, that's actually LeChuck's kind of thing this time around, because, you know, first game he's a ghost, second he's a zombie, and that 3D zombie pirate is so bad looking. In the third game he was the demon pirate, and in the fourth game I suppose he's a great stone giant LeChuck. That's his form in this game. Yeah. What a weird screen. Here we are. Anxious ape versus drunken monkey. Now, as I said, I don't think you can actually just defeat him conventionally here. Like, even if I get the moves right, I don't think it really makes much of a difference. I think he might get health back or something. But I'm going to try it just to see, because why not? Here I am. So, A to D is A, O, E. Oh yeah, I did not need to go to drunken monkey. Okay, well. Huh? Oh, the drawing doesn't work. Or does it? Maybe I have to draw 3 times or something. Okay, well, definitely gonna die here now. Bobbing baboon. Sorry, I didn't even read my list right. So I need to go to G because G is better than B. So how do I get to G from A? A, E, O. I typed it in wrong. God's sake. Okay, well, drunken monkey also defeats B, so I need to take that down. Because I didn't have that actually done. Where is my pen gone that I had the other day? So I can take these things down. I actually don't have a pen. Do I? I'm totally not prepared for this at all, really, am I? Okay, I'm just gonna have to remember that drunken monkey also beats thing. I'm probably gonna forget that, but okay. Right, C or A beats this, so D to A is A, O, E. Oh, you get health back, do you? Oh, you slowly get health back. Yeah, see, he's constantly getting health back, so even if I did it quick enough, it wouldn't work. And so am I actually getting health back. Right, so yeah, I have to, basically, in order to win the fight, I don't think I can beat him conventionally. I have to continue to draw with him the whole time. That's the whole point, because when you're fighting the monkey combat, when you draw with one of the monkeys, they start to hit their heads, and obviously Ozzie Mandrill is on LeChuck's head, so A to D is A, O, E again. Ah, God. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use the keyboard because it's easier to accurately do it. The controller, just like if I slightly move it to the left, it might take it as the left or whatever. So AOE, right? Yeah. So that's another draw. Yeah, see, he's not happy about that. She oops. So C to B is what I want. So ace. Yeah, I just completely forgot this was a thing in the game. And there we are. That's the end of the game, right?
Hey, what's going on here?
And we have to fight him again, do we?
I order you to cease this at once!
Oh no, so this is the end of the game.
You can't do this to me.
Wow.
I'm Ozzie
Short episode, but
I'm the future of the Caribbean.
that's probably a good thing.
Oh, yeah!
Oh my. What happens to LeChuck here? Does he just die? That was a bit over the top. Wow.
Elaine!
Grandpa!
Darling.
Poor Guybrush.
Jojo!
Don't even think about it, Pink Boy.
Guybrush, how can I ever thank you for reuniting me with my granddaughter?
Well, for starters, you could put on some pants.
Consider it done.
Also,
Yes?
would you please be the governor of Melee Island again?
No way, no how. I hated being governor. Well, why do you think I went all the way to Australia in the first place? For the cuisine?
Grandfather, please. I can't stand being the governor. It's no way for a pirate to live. Guybrush and I need to be on the open seas, waving our swords, swashing our buckles. We're too young to become career bureaucrats.
Well, all right. But you better come by to visit.
Every month.
And I want to start seeing some pirate great-grandchildren.
We'll see what we can do.
And so the circle of life
Lol.
continues.
Hey, you're a talking monkey.
Oh, Elaine, I'd like you to meet Jojo Jr., the Monkey Prince of Monkey Island.
Well, thank you, noble Jojo, for helping to make the seas once again safe for pirates everywhere.
It was my pleasure, Mrs. Threepwood. But now I must be going. Somewhere out there, my monkey brothers and I have a destiny to fulfill.
Where will you go?
I don't really know. I hear that Martha's Vineyard is nice this time of year.
Martha's Vineyard?
First, we have a crew member who wants to disembark.
Oh, Timmy.
Timmy!
Yeah, just trying to make Timmy a character.
Well,
Like,
everyone,
hey, Timmy!
Jojo!
Who's he?
We'll never forget you.
I killed your dad.
Of course I'll never forget him. I mean, he's a talking monkey.
No, you killed his dad, Guybrush. That's why you'll never forget him. Jeez, Herman's taking his time.
Well, that's it. We've saved the mansion, found your grandfather, and once again made the Caribbean safe for bloodthirsty, grog-swilling reprobates. Phew, who knew married life would be so much fun?
Guybrush, now that Grandpa's governor again, we're free. We can go wherever and do whatever we want.
One other shot at Timmy. Hey, baby, you can be my Elaine anytime. It would be funny to do I want to be a pirate, but like, I think, hey, baby, you can be my Elaine anytime. Or will I try the options? Will I try a couple of options? I actually kind of always felt really sad for Guybrush here at the end.
Hey, baby, you can be my Elaine anytime.
Elaine?
I always hated this ending because I always felt really bad for Guybrush. Not hated it, but like I was just like, poor Guybrush, and they just leave him. There we are. So that's Escape from Monkey Island, and I think Guybrush makes a couple of like quotes here. He like says things like, "Can anyone help me?" That kind of thing. I think he says something about. Does he say Jar Jar? In Jar Jar. What's crazy to me as well, I was thinking about this earlier when I was listening to that podcast about Escape from Monkey Island. The first 4 games in the series were all made within the 90s, like 1990 to 2000, and this game obviously was. So every one of the games was made within that period of time. Well, obviously the first game could have been made a small bit in the 80s as well, 89 say, but it was made, right? And then we didn't see Monkey Island for nearly 10 years. Like, Monkey Island didn't return until 2009. Like, they made 4 games in 10 years, and then they didn't make a game for almost 10 years. And now it's been even longer again, like. So what is it, 2009? 2010 was when Monkey Island 2 Special Edition came out, and we haven't seen one until 2022. Over 20 years. Why does it take so long to make more Monkey Islands? And like, realistically, at the end of the day, I know people kind of, this game rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but like, it's more Monkey Island, and that's never a bad thing in my opinion. Even the parts of this game that are hard and not really fun, like the monkey combat is hard to just get your head around, and like the lava pool thing sucks. I don't really mind the timing based puzzles. I saw some people were giving out about like the Lua bar with the sushi boats, and they were giving out about the chucking the boulders things. Like, I don't mind the timing based puzzles. Yeah, puzzles, they take a bit of time to get going, like, and to get into them, but like, they're not hard or anything, or they're not mean. But like, more Monkey Island is always a good thing, in my opinion. And I actually genuinely do love this game, and I still think it's actually, I think it's my second favorite in the series. It's great. But yeah, this ending always, I remember being a kid and just being like, but what about poor Guybrush? Does he say something about Monkey Island 5 here? Like, as in, oh, I'll be back in Monkey Island 5? I can't quite remember. The duck is voiced by Dominic Armato. Hellbeard. Hellbeard was a weird character, wasn't he? But yeah, let me know down in the comments, what do you think about Escape from Monkey Island? Like, truly, is there anything good about it that you like? If you hate it, and if you love it, has this made you hate it even more? Or is there any parts that you didn't realize you didn't like until seeing this playthrough, if you are watching along? I always wait for the credits in games, because I just think there's something, like, people have gone through, even if I don't read the names or whatever, people have gone through a lot of effort to make these games, and I think it's fair to sit through the credits and, you know, give them some respect. Because making games, I can imagine, is incredibly hard. Especially because they were trying to master new technology really at the time. I was also thinking the other day, I think I was making a comment to somebody on the channel, and I apologize, I don't remember the name of the commenter. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately. But they were commenting about how, you know, the graphics and stuff weren't great in this game. And I was kind of thinking about how, like, with the Scum engine, they basically almost had 10 straight years where they could develop and get better. And like, if you play the early Scum games like Labyrinth, Maniac Mansion's okay, and Zack McCracken isn't, like, they're quite obtuse, they're not great games. It wasn't really until the 4th game, I think it was the 4th game with the Scum engine, The Secret of Monkey Island, where they really nailed what they were doing, and then they just developed it and developed it and developed it. And like, when you get to Full Throttle and like Day of the Tentacle, those Scum games are amazing. And even Curse Monkey Island is a really technical achievement for that engine. Like, they only got to make 2 games for the Grime engine, or the Grime engine, like Grim Fandango and then Escape. Like, so imagine if they were allowed, like, if LucasArts were interested in continuing to make point and click games, because that's the reason why they stopped, because basically they just weren't interested in it anymore. They wanted more action orientated and Star Wars games, things like that. But imagine if they had like 10 straight years of developing and getting better at using the 3D technology, and imagine the games that we would have had towards the end, because this is only the 2nd game they ever made. So there's teething problems. Like, I definitely agree. I see now as an adult that I didn't see before. The monkey combat section it just grinds the game to a halt. I was thinking if they had like a few sections earlier on in the game, like throughout, smaller sections where you had to do monkey combat, it would have made the payoff easier. Like, maybe if you learned a few moves throughout the game or something like that, it just would have made it more fun and less of a huge time sink. Because, like, sure, I spent nearly an hour, bones of an hour, doing that whole section. Like, it just would have been better. And these are my notes, by the way. Look how insane this looks. So that's all the, like, these are more powerful than these ones. What? And then that was my original, like, as I was learning them list. And then this one is, like, in order. So A, B, C, and D, and so on and so forth. But yeah. I still love this game. Even though the last 2 episodes, particularly, it wasn't even, like, the last episode was hard. But, like, it was the episode before that was, like, when we first got to Monkey Island. That was tough, I have to say. Definitely you can see that it's rushed. And I see that as an adult. And I think that's why I take such big long breaks as well between playing these games. Because it just gives me time to grow up and kind of learn more stuff about games and about the world. And then be able to kind of focus in on what works and doesn't work better. So yeah, it's kind of nice. Like, I'll probably return again in another 10 years. To Monkey Island and see what I think about it then. I really enjoyed that playthrough though. Let me know if you did. And you're looking forward to Tales of Monkey Island. Because it'll be interesting now to see, because I didn't particularly like Tales of Monkey Island when I played it originally. Especially the first 3 chapters of it. I thought they were just boring and not very Monkey Island. So it'll be interesting me coming back with a adult brain now to see if I enjoy it anymore or not, you know. They thanked the Grim Fandango team as well. They probably helped them learn how to use the engine. Billy Hinders, that must be the lead programmer's husband. Billy Hinders. Feather? Who's Feather? The music is still as good as ever though, isn't it? Marco Pollo. Marco. And a very special thanks to George Lucas. Lord Lucas. Here we go. I always was very sad about this.
Elaine? Timmy? Herman?
Jar Jar?
Mommy? George? Hey guys! I'm stuck down here! Wally? Lindy? Oh, it's a long way down! Murray? Sean? Mike?
Sean and Mike.
Oh, Jar Jar?
Jar Jar. Escape from Monkey Island. And like, Bob Mackey in the Retronauts podcast made a good point about that Jar Jar line. He said that's the last thing Guybrush said for almost 10 years. Jar Jar. Like, Jar Jar rubs people the wrong way, and obviously the original prequels were kind of hated at the time. I think they've gone through a renaissance now. I've always loved them because I was a kid when I saw them. But yeah, Jar Jar, it kind of represents, I suppose, what a lot of people think about Escape. I really do think that the game gets a bad rap. I really, really do think that. Escape from Monkey Island is way better than people give it credit for. It will be really interesting now to go on to Tales, as I was saying. To see, do I see anything more in it? Do I see it better? The last chapter of Tales is class. It's amazing. I really like the last chapter of it. I always have. That's like 9 out of 10. That's like really good Monkey Island. And the Trial of Guybrush, the Trial of the Century, that whole section kind of feels very Monkey Island. But those first 3 chapters, I just remember being bored with them. I remember not liking them. They're too linear. But that's why it's interesting to replay these games. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, ladies and gents. I think... Oh. And it just quits out of the game, does it? Class. It just literally quit out of the game. There we are. I just got away from the game for 2 seconds. I clicked the wrong thing. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it there with Escape from Monkey Island. I will see you next time on Tales. We're getting closer and closer to Return. I can't wait to play Return. I'm so excited to get to Return. And I hope you join along as well for Tales, my playthrough of Tales. And yeah, all I can say is give Escape from Monkey Island a chance. take one whole day to work on monkey combat, and I'm telling you, just write it down in order like that. A, B, and eek, ak, ook. Like, write it down that you can understand it in order, and it makes it easier. It's a bit of a time sink, but like, it's no more of a time sink than you would have put into insult sword fighting. And also use a keyboard when you're doing that, because the up and down arrows are much easier. Yeah, okay. I'm Dangerously. I will see you next time on Tales of Monkey Island. Really looking forward to it. And it'll be the first game I've played actually in a while on this channel where the video will take up the whole screen. So I wonder what corner I should go in. I should probably keep it consistent to just go down the right corner, but yeah, the whole screen will be filled with the art. So yeah. See you next time. And thank you so much for watching and commenting as well. You guys are awesome. I can't believe there are people. I can't believe you watch these videos. You're so cool. Okay, anyway, enough ruminating. See you later and goodbye.